Yes, people. Yes. Welcome back. Yes, we're in the garage. Got no front wheel, but we'll explain that in a minute. So I'm just going to do a quick video on the current state of the bike, what's happening with it, what I've fitted, what's not fitted, what's broken, what's not broken, some stuff that I've got lined up to do, some stuff that I need your help on. So let's get over to the easy stuff first. Right, number one, stealth mirrors. So obviously this is the one that's broken from my fall.
There goes another one. The fucking mirror snapped off.
It snapped out the top there. That's my own fault. Nothing to do with stealth mirrors, nothing wrong with their product. So just to get me going, I've just reversed this round. So if this is the one from the left hand side, I've just flipped it around the other way and I've just managed to find a longer bolt. So I can still see from behind. However, I've reached out to Stealth Mirror saying, bruv, I broke these, can you send me a set out? And they're actually going to send me out, I think they've got a version 2, this is the version 1 or something. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that should be that sorted. But big shout out to Stealth Mirrors for helping me out with that one. Second one is back here with this seat. Look how tight that seat is sitting at the back. That ain't moving anywhere. Look at the front. Ain't moving anywhere, and I'll tell you why. Because I am running these new Gromets from a KTM. Yes, the competitor. I'll put a link in the description on what they are here. On the rear, it's the same, but because these holes are quite small, you have to drill it out a little bit. So just drill the holes out a little bit bigger, and then you're able to push it in. So at least that will stop the flapping seat issue. On the rear, I'll show you what I've got, which I haven't fitted yet. I've got a brand new chain. Yes, I'm going for the black one. This one, a bit of black and gold. I like that. And over here, I have a new sprocket. Yes, from AEM Factory. And I'm just going to give you a quick sneak preview, because this has got to go on the bike as well. 3, 2, 1. Bosh! There's a couple of spacers that are on this, on either side of this sprocket. So I've ordered them from Ducati. When they come, then I'll fit it onto that and I'll get the chain replaced at the same time. I've also seen online someone that does different brackets for these reservoirs on both sides. And it's Greg from MNNTHBX. I'll put a link in the description. That is something that I'm also interested in, so I might reach out to Greg and get that set up, but they look definitely cool on the bike. And then we got the headache of getting the front wheels to fit in there, and I'll sort of recap where we are and what does or doesn't work. So this is a stock wheel on, and look, if you can see down this side, look, I can get my finger down there, and on this side, get my finger down there. It obviously has the spindle going through, and then there's the spacer. So look at that gap, and then on this side, it's just the spacer, and obviously there's no gap there on that side, it's just the hub on that side of the wheel. And obviously that then lines up fine with the brake disc on the other side. And obviously the wheel is actually, if I can get it, that is sitting, bang on the center. So let's go and show you what the spoke one looks like. I've got the spoke wheel on just to show you an example, to show you what it is. So this is spindle from this stock bike. Doesn't have the spacer there, doesn't need it, because obviously this extra bit on the scramble hub exists. So normal spacer would be like, you got the spokes that go in here, and then on this side, I don't know if you can see through that gap there. See, look, so then you've got that extra chunky bit there. So that looks like a good 15 mil, which is obviously pushing this disc out. This is what the caliper has to sit on. So the caliper is mounted. Is clamped in the disc. So this wheel, this is about as far as it can go. The stock spacer still has to go in there because there's a massive gap and you don't want the wheel to wobble left and right. The wheel now, if I try and put the camera, that's about the middle. So there is a tiny gap there and there's a bigger gap on this side. So it's almost like the wheel just needs to come over this way a little bit. So I'm not really too sure what my options are. This is where I sort of kind of need your help. So the safest and simplest route is to get the hub from the front hub from the Desert X, which I'll show a picture of it now, what it looks like. It is almost like the stock one, quite thin and narrow. See if the people who built this wheel can take this apart and put it onto that hub, but that hub's quite expensive, then there's another rebuild cost. I have asked to see if SM Pro, the people who built these wheels, could, I don't know, maybe just offset it, because if that still fits, if that's all right like this, so the wheel's in, if I can somehow get them to offset it off center this way, so just the wheel itself is this way a little bit, then I can get a custom spindle machined from anywhere. A little machine guy, the bloke down the road, said he can sort that out. That's a piece of piss for him. And then the point of no return one option is to, in here, machine a bit of that lip away. So that would have to be machined back, maybe 5 or 10 mil. Then I need to get these bolts, holes redone, and then probably the bearing section would also have to go back as well. So that involves a lot more machining work. But again, the engineering machine specialist guy said, yeah, mate, we can do anything. So if that obviously fucks up and we don't measure things properly, then that pretty much hub is game over. And then I'll have to go and get the one from the Desert X. So I don't know, man. What do you think? What shall I do? I guess then the final news is probably just what are my views and thoughts on from EICMA. You know, that's a 950 and this is a 698. And there is apparently rumours that there will be a Hyper in 2026, but it will be using the new V2 engine that's just come out in the Panigale V2 and the Street Fighter V2, which is obviously that new lighter, lower capacity, lower power, I think 115 to 120 horsepower, which is similar to what that's 114 at the crank. But what they're saying is, following the other models, it will lose the trellis frame and it will lose the single-sided swing arm, like all the other Ducati models are heading that way. So that is rumoured to be coming in 2026, because I think all the companies that are making the parts for this, like Bosch, ECU and all that stuff, they've already got stuff in the pipeline. You do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, drop your suggestions below, tell me what I should do with this fucking wheel, and let's crack on, let's carry on. All right, catch you later, people. Thanks for watching.